Okay, for today's sharing, so I would like to share a little bit of my experience regarding the role of conferences in increasing the academic visibility. Okay, as we all know, most of the academia working in the academic, okay, with working as a teacher, need to attend a conference, and most of the people who are newly in academia, so they're having such kind of problem in attending the conference, and they feel some kind of not that confidence when presenting a work at the conference. All right, so based on my experience since 2001 attending the conference until now, okay, so it helped me to increase our knowledge and increase our network so that we can discuss with our students what we are doing based on the research that we are currently performed at the lab. All right, so I'm currently working at the University of Malaysia since 2004 until now. And I would like to thank to the organizer for the Corporation for inviting me to give some sharing at the International Summer School for professor training in 2022. All right, so this is a little bit personal notes. Okay, this is my first experience basically attending the conference since 2001 as a listener. It was held in Hat Yai, Thailand. Okay, actually during my first undergraduate, I already attended the conference. And I firstly attended a conference as presenter in 2005, which is a local conference doing internationally in Penang, Malaysia. And I firstly invited as the invited speaker for the forum on cybersecurity organized by the Malaysian Communication in 2004. And then I rejected during that time because I registered as a new academia in 2004 and I suddenly get invited for the forum. Then I feel I'm not confident during that time. Okay, so based on the experience is built up from time to time, it's gradually increase my confidence so that I can attend any invitation, any keynote invitation, in plenary speakers invitation throughout the world, so that we can now build the confidence from that. All right. Okay, so this is my experience when I met one of the Professor Yuri Choklov from the Russia during the ICRITO 2016, where I was one of the keynote speaker in that conference. Right, so this increased my my confidence with this kind of presentation. All right. Okay, so basically why we attend conference. Okay, so many reasons why we attend conference. Okay, so there is some reason people attend conference to publish papers. People attend conference to share knowledge, okay, with the peers. People attend conference to network with people. People attend conference as a key performance indicators, KPI, to achieve at their own respective university. People attend conference so many reasons. Okay, for example, in my personal experience also, people attend conference sometimes just to have some kind of holiday or vacation when visiting that particular countries. Okay, so basically why we attend conference. Okay, my personal definition on this why we need to attend conference is to enrich the knowledge, to discuss the knowledge with the peers, to have a discussion with the experts, okay, to enrich the skills that we have during the presentation. Okay, so all these kind of things we can get in attending the conference instead of just presenting the papers and publish their papers. Okay, there is a lot of things that we can do, especially in getting network with people, okay, to ensure that our profile is visible to everyone. So when we go to anywhere, when you go to teaching, okay, for example, you can a lot of things you need to tell your student, okay, based on your experience in traveling all around the world, looking for the respected person, looking for the expert, and discuss with them. Okay, so this is the way why we need to attend a conference. All right. Okay, so these are some of the reasons. Okay, why? Okay, as I mentioned that some of the reason we need to share knowledge. Okay, not a really publication, because some people looking when I said about you need to send the papers to this conference, okay, they are talking about which platform the paper will be published, whether it is Scopus Index, whether it is not a Scopus Index, whether it is published in the journals, whether it is published in the conference proceedings. Okay, they are looking for the publication platform. Basically, when we are attending a conference, we are not talking about that kind of publication. We are talking more about sharing the knowledge. And the second one, we attend the conference is to meet the expert. Okay, because we know once the conference is organized, okay, they will gather all the expert at the particular area to come, to discuss, to vet, all right, and then to do some knowledge updates, okay, on the certain area. Okay, so these are the things that we need to attend the conference. And the third one is to network with the people, okay, to establish your research network, to ensure that you are visible in the particular area, in the particular people working on the certain area. And then the learning new space, okay, if there is any new things, updates during the conference, you can get the new things from there, all right? And also update the knowledge. Since, like me, okay, I was a lecturer since 2014, 2004, and then we can update that knowledge on my area from time to time. When I attending the conference, I get the new things. When I attended the conference, I get the new things. So that from there I can share all those my knowledge to my students in the class. All right. Okay. So attending a conference can be in a various several platform. Okay, whether you are attending a conference as a listener. Okay, you just come to the conference with no papers. You just registered and pay for the conference, and then just want to listen what they are discussing. Okay, what the topics they are trying to discuss. All right, and you can also come to the conference for making oral presentation or poster presentation or virtual presentation, because the pandemic, of course, we have this kind of platforms. All right. So as a presenter as well, you bring your own research and you present to the conference and let them discuss together. Is there any wrong? Is there any right? Is there any updates from the research can be done? And after several times you attend the conference as a presenter, you already build up your network. Okay, so people start knowing you, so that you will get invited speakers. All right, so that during the invited speakers invitation, you can share the expert knowledge. Okay, you're already expert in the particular area, so you share what you have done at your university or at your lab to the community, so that they also can discuss together. And finally, when you already have an expert, and you'll be invited as a keynote speaker to look at what is the trends of the research. Okay, what are the way forward of this research can go. Okay, that's mean you can view, you can project what are the upcoming trends of the research that you have done, and what are the current technology that can employ together, can be integrated together from that. And this kind of knowledge also you can share with this student in the class, so they will get the new things, they will get interesting, they will get attract to your area. All right, so you're not just teaching them with the textbook, you're not teaching them only for the notes. Okay, you can have your experience mixed together with the notes, so that we can have the rich knowledge from that. All right, and also as you are invited as a speaker, also there are various kind of speakers that you can share the knowledge in the conference. For example, you can have the regular speakers like a presenter. You submit the papers and then you present during the conferences, or you can share the knowledge in the tutorial session speaker. Okay, you have a little research, complete research, then you can have the tutorial speakers, normally 3 hours, minimum 3 hours and up to 1 day. Okay, or you will be invited as a plenary speakers. Okay, you are in the particular area, specific area, then you are one of the guru of the specific area, so that you can share whatever you have with the regular speaker. And also you can have the keynote speaker when you have the guru in the particular area, that you can see what the way forward of this topic, what the upcoming trends for the particular topics. And as well as also you can be a forum chair. Okay, if we want to debate on the certain issue, we have the certain issue need to be discussed at the particular conference so that we can have the forum. All right. And also instructor for workshop, you can also having a workshop, okay, to be an instructor. So you can have the hands-on workshop, or you have the some kind of we call it the research workshop. All right. And as well as you also can propose a special session together the very specific topic on your research area together to get all the researcher getting together and discuss on a very specific topic on the special session at the particular area. Okay, so these are the things. All right. So the picture shows that me and Prof Mihaela from Romania, okay, during the when I invited the keynote in the Austria, okay, in the Vienna, Austria in 2019. All right. Okay, so how to get invited? Okay, because many academy already published several papers, okay, for a certain period of time, maybe 5 years or to 10 years. Okay, how to get invited? Because I start get invited to be invited speaker since 2012. Okay, when I try to do some research, so the people get invited. All right, so I found that several ways. Okay, how to get invited to be a speakers in the conferences. All right, so firstly, you need to have the strong academic network for your specialized area of research. Okay, so these are the things, is very important things, so that you need to know to present most of these research work in the conference. Okay, please don't attend on the conference at the only the local area, but you can attend to the worldwide. You can go to the Turkey, you can go to the Europe, you can go to the Australia, you can go to the Japan, to ensure that your profile is visible to the network worldwide. So when you have the strong academic network, so people will start to know you, then you will easily get invited, okay, to be an invited speaker on the conference. All right. So this is my colleagues from the Australia. Okay, during my I'm organizing a conference in Malaysia, so I invited him to come to the Australia. So basically, I met him in India when we are both keynote speaker there, and then I tried to invite him come to Malaysia as a part of these speakers. And then I also organized one of the guest lecture for my student, so my student get benefit from the external knowledge from them, right? And after several times, we presented the papers, attending a many conference in the various positions as a speakers. Okay, you will have to know that your profile will start visible. Okay, visible as expert in that particular field at the national and international academic scenes. And also, you can also make your profile visible by updating your profile at the social media. Okay, like LinkedIn, Facebook, okay, ResearchGate. Okay, you can have your profile there to let the people know what you are doing. Okay, keep update. Okay, whatever your talk, whatever your activities, your research, your visit there. So you need to update at the social media to let the community know what you are doing, so that they know, okay, if I want to invite the people in the particular area, so I know these people, we can get from the LinkedIn. So I will show you, I also get invited from the linkedin.com. And also, if you have the personal website, so it should be an excellent platform, okay, to promote your area, okay, your strength. Okay, all right. So these are some of the social media. Okay, you can have your profile on the Google Scholar. Okay, my science work. Okay, LinkedIn. Basically, I'm active in LinkedIn and ResearchGate as well as Facebook. But Facebook is more towards like personal social media. However, I track Facebook as my diary, as my research activities. Okay, whether I'm updating my talk, updating my research visit, updating my lab visit. Okay, so everything is there. Okay, all right. Okay, so these are the example my profile in the Google Scholar and LinkedIn.com, where I keep updating of these two social media to update my profile, basically my publication and research activities, especially my talk, okay, everything. All right. And these are some of these examples where I get invited from India, okay, to invite me to become an invited talk for the international conference in 2017, located in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So the general chair, okay, at this moment, currently mentioned that we are connected in the LinkedIn at first connection. Prior talking about the invitation, okay, so the general chair also let me know, okay, I got your profile and we are connected at the LinkedIn first connection. So these are the example that the LinkedIn also can be a platform for you to get invited, so that you can have opportunity to share your knowledge and strengthen your knowledge, update and enrich your expertise, and you can share to your students at their class. All right. Okay. So active participants in related symposium and conferences. This is to ensure your peers will know you and your research work. Okay, so if you're doing a research at the lab, okay, doing your research with your master student, postgrad student, undergraduate students, and the result of this research is not present in the conference, so people will never know what you are doing. Okay, it seems that you are never do anything. Okay, because you don't present your research result to the symposium or conference and to let the community know the updates what you are doing. Okay. All right. So this is example of my participation attending a conference. Okay. Basically, this is roughly I already attended as presenter for the 74 conferences. Okay. This data is updated up to 2019. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not attending. I'm not update until 2022. Because starting 2020 and up to now, most of the conference we are attending in virtual. Okay, there is no physical participation. Okay, so this one is up to the 2019, just before the COVID-19 lockdown. And then I also attended 54 conference as a listener. Just want to update knowledge, just coming to see the people, to meet people, to network with people, okay, and then having some kind of discussion with them. All right, and I also involved in almost 2050 as a technical committee or reviewers for various kind of conference in my area. All right, so in addition of these three things, I also involved in organizing a conference. Okay, organizing conference. We already have an experience, so we organize conference, calling people from outside to come into our country, so that we can gather all the experts from here, and we can call the local researcher to come to the conference and discuss with the international participation. All right, so starting from this year, okay, so we already started to have a conference in the hybrid mode. Okay, we having the online and we having the physical attendance as well, so that we can mix together and then meet them and then communicate with them to discuss on the knowledge enrichment. All right. Okay, so to be invited, so you can ask to be invited. If you already know, you already established on the certain areas, so you can ask to be invited. All right, so opportunity to organize international conferences. Some of my peers email me and ask if possible for them to be invited as keynote speaker. Okay, so basically when I'm organizing a conference, when I try to promote to my peers, okay, so basically my friends will ask me, am I possible to be a keynote speaker? Am I possible to be an invited speakers? So they are trying to ask to be invited. All right. It is not uncommon and not something to be embarrassed about. Okay. Also, you can ask to be invited. And most of my friends, basically from India, from Russia, from Thailand, also ask me, can you invite me to be an invited speaker for your conference? Can you invite me to be a keynote speaker for your conference? Okay, you can ask to be invited. All right. And Instead of you ask the people, the general chair to invite you as a keynote speaker, you also can submit a proposal. But some conference provide the proposal to be a keynote speaker in the upcoming international conference. Some conference do accept proposal for keynote, invited, tutorial, and even workshop, which is also quite common practice. Okay, so you can see this one example of the conference. Okay, this one was 2019. They are called for contribution to be a keynote speaker. They are called for contribution to be a tutorial speaker. They are called for contribution to be a peer reviewer as well. Okay, so that is a common practice now. If the conference organizer do not know the type of speakers to invite, they already call openly to people to propose to be a keynote speaker by sending your biography, sending the abstract, sending the topic to the organizer. So the organizer will have a meeting to decide, okay, which speakers can be invited for the conference. All right. So this is also the common practice nowadays. All right. So when you see the conference, you can ask the organizer, or you can see is the organizer open for the call for the invited or keynote speakers or tutorial speaker as well, and as well as the workshop. Okay. So this year, for example, this year, okay, I'm the workshop chair for the one of the conference to be held in Uzbekistan. Okay. So they are looking for workshop chair proposal, okay, to organize the workshop at the particular conference in October. Okay, it's coming October. Okay, all right. So instead of that, also there are some also invitation. Okay, invitation emails coming to invite you to be the keynote speakers. For example, this one. This one also most of the from China. Okay, they invite me to become the keynote speaker, okay, for the particular conference. All right, and then you can decide whether you want to agree or you want to decline the invitation, because some of these invitation, they do not provide the air travel. They provide only the accommodation, so you need to pay for your air travel to travel to the particular area. Okay, so normally people we having the invited as a keynote speaker, okay, we will support everything. Okay, we will support their air tickets, we will support the accommodation. All right. So normally when we have the conference in Malaysia, for example, okay, we can have two type of support. Okay, full travel support, and partial travel support, which is whether we provide the accommodation, we don't pay for the air travel, or we pay for the air travel and we don't provide the accommodation. Okay, and also we can provide both. If you can have enough money to pay them, then you can have this kind of full support. All right, 2019 also I organized one conference. We invited speakers from United States come to Malaysia. So we have the full support from their place in San Jose, travel to Kuala Lumpur, and to travel to the local domestic flight. Okay, so we can full support because we have enough budgets to pay for the air travel and then accommodation as well, and as well as food. Okay. All right. So organize your own conference and become your own keynote speaker. If you want to become a keynote speaker, you don't have any invitation, okay, you can organize your own conference and become your own keynote speaker. You can invite yourself. Of course, you should also invite others so that it is not obvious. Okay, this one also the practice nowadays. Okay, where the most of the conference organized now, we can have the general chair to become the first keynote speaker, and then the rest are invited from outside. Okay, so this also become the practice nowadays. Okay, you can become as organizer, and you can also become the keynote speaker. So I attended several conference this model. Okay, also happened in Thailand, also happened in Indonesia, happened in Philippines. Okay, so they become the keynote speaker even though they are the general chair for the conference. All right, so conference organizer normally will invite you as invited and plenary speaker before you start to get invitation as keynote speaker. All right, because most of the conference to be invited as keynote speaker is the ultimate invitation. Okay, it's the ultimate invitation, so that you can have this kind of invitation. All right. So first, you can be invited as a plenary speaker or invited talk, and then after that, after several times, you can invited as a keynote speaker. Okay. And there are some of the some kind of the scam, you know. So please be aware. So if you receive email inviting you to be a speaker at the international conference and you have to pay for everything. Okay, they invite you to become a speaker, but they request you to pay. Okay, so I tried this one. It's not an invited talk, but I tried this one as a normal conference call for papers invitation. Okay, because once you get invited, you don't need to pay overall the cost. You may pay half, okay, or you don't pay at all. Okay, but as a keynote speakers, normally your expenditure to participate in the conference will be covered by the organizer. So including flights, hotels, food and beverage. Okay, so if you are my friend, I can invite you as keynote speaker. You still have to pay half of the cost. All right, so friends will help each other. For example, okay, you can support. Maybe your friend organizing a conference, you come as a keynote speaker, you pay your travel, your etiquettes and the accommodation provided by them. And you also organize a conference, you come and invite your friends to become the keynote speaker, and he or she will pay the air ticket flights and you provide accommodation for them. Okay, so they will support each other. Okay, all right. So these are some of these invitation. Okay, where I received this invitation to become the speakers in Canada in 2020. I think that time was in the still in the during the pandemic. Okay, still a lockdown, so travel is not possible. And then these are some of these conference that request me to pay for everything, even though I'm invited to become a speaker there. So they request me to pay a certain amount of fee, and then I need to pay for my own flights. I need to pay for my own accommodation. Okay, so please be aware on this profit making organizer like this. Okay, they will try to use your knowledge. However, they don't spend anything. Okay, to support your travel or accommodation. Okay, so please be aware on these things. Okay, so make sure when you get invited, whether you don't need to pay at all or you need to pay half of the cost, okay, to attend the conference. And of course, you don't need to pay the fee. Okay, the fee is waived for all the invited guests. Okay, all right. So at the national level, normally quite easy to get invited to another university to give talks as you are active in professional societies. Okay, so please make sure that also there is another things that you can be involved actively in the professional societies like an IEEE, ING based in Hong Kong, ICSID based in Singapore, SEM based in the United States. Okay, so when you are actively involved in this kind of societies, you can easily get invited. Okay, so for example, I'm actively in these four societies. Okay, so I get invited to by IANG to give some keynotes in Hong Kong. I get invited to give some professional talk in Pakistan by IEEE, and also get invited as a keynote in Uzbekistan by ACM. Okay, so we also always having some kind of activities like this. Okay, we get invited and share the knowledge to the people, to the community, so that we can build up the profile of the visibility, okay, worldwide. So people get to know, and then people to know, get to know that who are the expert in this particular area, so that they know to call upon to share some knowledge at their own place. All right. Okay, so these are some of these activities that I did. This one is a public talk. This one is the sharing knowledge at the one of the local polytechnics in Malaysia. Okay. All right. Okay. And find time to share your research interest with your friends, including those who are not from academia. Okay, for example, you get some kind of invited from company, from industry, to get some sharing. I also received this kind of invitation to give some sharing what we did at the university and to those not from the academia. So people are working in the industry also require this kind of some kinds of engaging together, okay, between the university and industry, so that they can closing the gap. So they are know. So the function of the university there is to help us, okay, because we know university is a pool of knowledge, pool of experts there. Okay, if you don't share knowledge, people surrounding you, including the small and medium enterprise, the company do not know we have an expert from that kind of university. Okay, so that you need to visible out and then try to share from them, even though they are not coming from your academia network. Okay, so in conclusion, okay, to build your research profile, an opportunity will come. Bottom line, be proactive and do not wait for the invitation to come. So we need to find. If you don't receive an invitation, you can find from the conference, which is they are called for keynote speaker, call for invited speakers. So you can try to contact them, okay, to try to sell yourself what you are doing, okay, by providing your biography, providing your abstracts, okay. So from the experience you gain, you can enrich your teaching, as well as you will have a lot of things to share and update with the students, okay, with the knowledge update, so that the student will know, okay, I take this subject, so I know what are the trends now. So you can tell the student what are the trends of the subject. Okay, for example, when I'm teaching information technology, I have teaching the programming. So instead of I'm teaching based on the textbook, so I can tell the student, okay, for you to easy when you are graduate from this university, for you to easily get the job, so you need to have a skill like this. Okay, you just not focus on the textbook, but you focus on the data you can get from conferences, you can get from journals, you can get from news, so that you can show to the student will know, okay, we are not just learning from the textbook, however we can get the updated knowledge from the lecturers or speakers or instructors. All right.